It is always great chatting with my next guest, Misha Cirkunov, who's back in action February 26th, UFC Fight Night, taking on Wellington Turman. Misha, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me. Excited to have a fight, another fight.
Yes, it's good to see you back. Was this the right amount of time off in between fights, or were you trying to fight a little bit sooner?
No, it was good. Everything was good. Just work on some things, and it was my first time fighting at 185 last time, and it was really good experience. And I definitely see how I can do a few things a lot better. And I'm actually excited fighting at 185 again. And I think that this performance is going to be a lot better than the first time at 185, just because I already know what to use. I know what kind of like to use to. Um, I already made the weight before, so I know it's not going to be an issue. So now, if anything, I'm gonna implement to be bigger in the cage and maintain more power. And so I kind of it's good because I already have experience doing it one time. So I think this time is going to be a lot smoother, and I'll be performing a lot better in the cage because of it also.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that fight because we didn't have a chance to talk after the fight. How was it fighting in that weight class? How was the cut? Like, what are some things that you took away from that first fight at 185?
Everything was good. The only thing because I didn't make the weight in kind of like since I was in high school, I guess. So I was a little bit uh, nervous about going down, and so I was doing things a little bit way ahead of the schedule. So I kind of like I guess I overdid it a little bit, and I suffered with the loss of a little bit of power and etc. So I think that this time is going to be like the proper. I think I got the formula down, and I'm very excited fighting. I can't wait. I think you guys gonna see the best performance yet. I'm excited.
What did you learn the most from that last fight, other than just fighting in a new weight class? What were some takeaways from that last fight?
Just the main thing, like I just I just didn't feel like I had the power and energy to do what I wanted to do, just because I think I overdid it on the cut. I didn't do it as efficient as proper as it could be done. It was kind of like first time nibbling on like the real cut, and yeah. So I wanted to do so many things in a fight, but I just my body was not like letting me do it. It was just like a little bit strange. I've never
Mhm.
experienced that, but yeah, I feel like this time is gonna be better.
Do you work with the UFC Pi at all in terms of your weight cut? Because you're right there in Vegas. I'm sure you just have to, walk down the street, knock on the door, and they can help you out here. Are you working with them at all?
Yeah, no, I definitely pick their brain. I see what they suggest and how they do it, and yeah, definitely took a lot of good tips from Charles from PI. He's definitely great. He gave me some good tips, and yeah, I really think that it's something that doing it first time. It's big cut. It's a serious thing. It's not just like there's like a science behind it too. So.
Yeah. No, completely agree with that, man. And then, do you have like meal prep as well? Like, do you have anyone doing that, or do you make your own food?
We do have like meals from UFC Pi. Time to time I take those, and I also make my own meals now. And just because like cutting weight and eating clean and just learning more about diet and just seeing how your body reacts with certain different foods, because at the end of the day everyone's still different, and so yeah,
Okay,
just
that
trying
makes
to
sense.
learn just trying to learn as much as I possibly can around the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was talking about Wellington Turman, 17-5 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
He's good as a tough fighter. He's kind of like he can fight a little bit of everywhere. He's younger. He comes in kind of like throwing. He has a good right hand, and it's a good fight. I was supposed to fight a different opponent, but recently they switched to Wellington, and yeah, I think it's a really good fight. I think this is a fight where I'll be able to showcase what I can do at 185.
Who have you mainly been working with as far as training partners leading into this fight?
I've been working with like just a little bit of everyone. I've been going again to Drysdale BJJ, and I've been working a lot at UFC Pi as well, training with some guys. There's like some more international fighters that come through Vegas. Some Russian fighters come by. So I've been working with just like everyone.
Mhm.
Whoever is who wants to work, and been doing some sparring and just working on my own game and have a good game plan for this fight. And I think that it's going to be a really good night on February 26th.
Are you still working at Extreme Couture at all and training with those guys?
No, mainly I still train with some guys from Extreme Couture, but mainly I do my training at PI and Drysdale.
Oh, that's interesting. Because I was wondering if just someone that fought recently that's been training there, Sean Strickland. Do you ever get to work with him at all?
I worked with Strickland before. Yeah, he's definitely a good training partner. A little bit sometimes like hot headed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely he's a real deal.
What did you think of his performance last week? That's your division. Pretty impressive win over Jack Hermansson.
I actually trained with both guys. I trained with Jack as well. He's a nice guy, and I mean they're both really tough guys. Um, uh, I kind of I thought that this fight is gonna be like something similar to that, just because Jack is a very good athlete. He's light on the feet. He's hard to take him down. He has ground game, and he's fast. He has fast hands, fast. So I think that if the fight kept going and going and going with no rounds, I think eventually Strickland will slowly keep on grinding on him. But I truly don't believe that it was Strickland's best performance, just because I know he can do better.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, I think that maybe stylistical matchup was not good for him, or however, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, no, for
I
sure.
think
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
think Strickland overall can do better, but so is
Okay.
Jack. I think Jack can do better too. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like
Yeah. No,
I don't
it was an
know.
interesting fight for sure. Kind of on that note, who will be in your corner for this fight? Do you know that yet?
Yeah, I have Marcelo Nunes, Ronnie Marks, and I have another guy, Denise Tuyulen. I've been working with him a lot. He's actually one of the main training partners also for Sean Strickland's fight. So
Oh,
I've been
cool.
working with him. It's a good kind of like he's pretty technical stand up, so he has some good pointers, some good stuff we've been working on too.
I got to ask, how's the weight right now, and how's it compared to, say, the first cut that you had to 185?
The weight now is good. I'm not as stressed about it because I know I already did it before. So I know, like in my head, I know I'll make it. I'll do it. However, I'm just walking a little bit heavier. I'm maintaining a little bit more weight, and just not burning it as much and not overly doing it. Just kind of like enjoying the process, as kind of like as you would say.
For sure. How do you envision the fight playing out on February 26th? How do you see this one going down?
I've been working really hard and everything, and I'm gonna be looking to knock him out, submit him. I'm gonna look to finish the fight. I'm not gonna look to go decision. I know he comes out hard, but I can come out hard too. So we're gonna see who's gonna fade, and yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
look to finish the fight.
I hate to use this term, but you kind of look at the optics of things. Do you feel like this is a fight you have to win? I know every fight's important, but back-to-back losses is it's always tough, right? So, and we just saw the UFC. I don't know if you saw today; they made a bunch of cuts. Is there more pressure going into this fight?
There's always pressure.
Mhm.
As like I know nothing is forever and
Mhm.
nothing is permanent. So I just no, I don't even concentrate about that. Like I can concentrate about that like after the fight, depending on the outcome.
Mhm.
However, now all I care about and I'm super excited about is putting my hands on my opponent, and yeah, I'm doing my best performance on 185 and showing what I can do at 185. And yeah, that's all I concentrate about. And then whatever happens after, that's just how it is, and I'll be ready for anything.
Last time we spoke, when I asked you, what you've been up to outside of training, you were big into bike riding. Is that still the case? Road biking and all that stuff. What have you been up to when you're not in the gym
Yeah, mainly not road bike, but mountain biking.
or mountain biking? Sorry, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I haven't been mountain biking too much, just because it's like, the season is a little bit colder. However, Vegas is still warmer, but when you go up there in the mountains, it's like really cold and windy. And a lot of times when you're already training, it's just like, it's too much. I don't want to get sick. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, after the
Understandable,
fight,
but I got to admit, Misha, you're getting a little soft here. You used to be
yeah,
you used to live in Toronto, where it's just way colder than Vegas. So
yeah,
it's just interesting you to hear you say, oh, it's a little bit colder when those winters in Toronto, they were brutal. I used to live there too. It's nuts.
horrible. The older I get, I kind of gravitate towards the warmer environment. Like
Yeah, I don't
something.
blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nuts over there with all the snow they're getting. Misha, thanks so much for doing this, man. Always appreciate the time. We've been doing these interviews for years. It's been great. I've been able to follow your career. If there's anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, and definitely honored to be in the show. And yeah, just follow me on Instagram, Misha C911, and yeah, tune in February 25th. Check out the fight at UFC Apex. It's going to be a good fight. I'm going to be looking to get a nice stoppage. So tune in and support. And thanks for your time.